What's up, everybody? It's Chason J Miles, and in this video, I want to take you through the process to turn leads into actual closings. And the reason why I'm doing this video is because there are a lot of you who have gone through either my influencer training or maybe one of my other social media trainings, and you are generating leads. But now the big question is, how do I turn those leads into closings? Look, it's not easy. I'm going to say that. And when you generate a lot of leads, then it gets even tougher because you are managing so many different people. And what most agents do is they'll just get in leads, call them once, and then put them on a drip campaign. Well, that's not right. And if you want to get to the point where you are closing over 100 deals a year, you have to know how to convert leads. So I'm going to take you through our extensive level up process. So even if you're not a level up member, you'll at least know what we do in order to convert so many leads into actual closings. In order to achieve more closings from your leads, you have to first get those leads to an actual appointment. And that's a huge thing for a lot of agents because agents can't seem to get people to say yes, to actually agree to meet with you. So in order to make this happen, this is what we're really going to focus on. We're really going to focus on getting the leads to that appointment. When it comes to the closings, there's of course other processes for that, but right now it's the leads to the appointment, which is what's going to be our focus here. So there are 4 keystones to make this happen. Okay. Number 1 is going to be stop. All right. Stop stands for stay top of mind. Okay. Now, when we're thinking about stop, it's easy to say, oh yeah, I want to stay top of mind. What do most agents think this is? This just means put them on a drip campaign. Now, while drip campaigns are important, that's not what we are focused on right here. Let me tell you what our stop strategy is. Number 1, you're going to call them every Wednesday. Now, you're not going to call everybody on every Wednesday. You're going to call a minimum of 12. But really, the trick with this is, let's just say that you have a database of 100 people. Okay, so if there's 100 people in your database, what you want to do is you want to divide that by 4, and that's going to give you how many people to call for the week. So the formula again, take your total in your database, and now this is just leads. This isn't just total contacts. Take your total that's in your database. You're going to divide that by 4, and that's going to tell you how many to call weekly. Okay. And the reason why we're doing this is because we want to make sure that we are reaching out to them at least once a month via the phone. All right. So you're going to call them once a month on the phone. Now, in addition to this, okay, so you can think of that as step 1 of the stop formula. Step 2, in addition to this, you're going to invite them to trainings / education events. All right, what this looks like, this is going to be your first time buyer seminars. You're going to invite them to open houses. If you are presenting something, if you're educating, you can invite them to networking events. But the thing that we tend to invite people the most is going to be to credit and finance classes. So those are just essential classes that you are covering different aspects of credit and financing, because we noticed that people just really like this a lot, and there's not a lot of agents that are doing this. So the attendance tends to be really good. In addition to that, Number three, the third component of the STOP framework is going to be your evidence of success. We call this EOS. And this is a way of marketing to people without marketing to them. Okay? So marketing without marketing. What this looks like is, and forgive my writing, like obviously I'm writing on a tablet right now and this pen doesn't pick up the way that it's supposed to. But what this is going to start with is you have to break up your database a little bit. So start with the date that they told you that they wanted to either buy or sell. You notice most people will say, oh, we're a year out. We are 6 months out. We are 3 months. Right? This is the typical ones that we get. If they are a year out, we are going to market evidence of success to them monthly. And I'll break down what evidence of success is. But if it's 6 months, we are going to market to them bi-weekly. And if it's 3 months, we are going to market to them weekly. So what does this marketing look like? Well, the reason why we call it evidence of success is we want to show the success of our business. Okay, so we want to show the success of our business. What this is not, it is not going to be just listed, just sold, none of that stuff. Like none of that type of marketing. Okay, you're going to show the evidence of it. So what that will be is case studies. So case studies is pretty much like you had a client and they were here, then you did this, you helped them do whatever, and now they're here. Okay, so you're basically telling the story of a client that you helped. In addition to case studies, we have testimonials. So for testimonials, you want to either get those in video or in writing. Now, I prefer video because you can always transcribe them into the written format, but you're going to share other client success stories. So sharing those testimonials. This is super important because it's one thing when you're marketing yourself, you know, it's like, look, I'm great. Everybody look at me. But then when you have other people, these are my people, sitting there saying such great things about you, it comes off a totally different way. So therefore, we want to share that evidence from other people. And you're going to be doing that on this schedule, depending on when they said that they wanted to make a transaction. Okay, so that's pretty much the STOP framework. Now, there's a couple of other pieces to it, but it would take me forever to explain all of this. But that's enough to get you started. Number two, actually, let me go ahead and get a different color here going into number two. So number two, in order to convert your leads to appointments, is to implement campaigns. And I know somebody's going to say, Chason, didn't you just say don't do drip campaigns? I did. That's why I'm going to tell you the campaigns that you're going to implement are right fit campaigns. What is a right fit campaign? It means you are sending to people what they specifically need. Not sending what most agents do is they'll send, one campaign to all these different people and they're fitting in all different categories and they're all getting the same email. And what happens? People just unsubscribe. That's not what we want. All right. So instead, we're going to send right fit campaigns. And what that looks like is, let's say you have email 1A, Then you have email, let's say 1B. Then you have email 1C. I'm going to do it one more time. Then you have email 1D. Okay. Now, these are all number ones, right? But this A, B, C, and D, there's a difference in those emails. Okay. Here's what this actually breaks down to. You have to start with tagging your leads. Tagging your leads. And there are so many different things that you can tag people on, but every lead that comes into your database should have a different set of tags attached to it. So the first tag is going to be, are they a buyer, seller, or investor? Okay, are they a buyer, seller, or investor? The second is it their first time? So are they a virgin, or is it their second, third, fourth, fifth plus time? Basically multiple, right? Have they done this before or not? Yes or no. Then from there, we're going to tag them based on price point. Now, when it comes to price point, because everybody's at different prices, I tend to do ranges. So I'll do like 100K to 300K. Then I'll do from 300 to 600, then 600 and to 800, and then pretty much 800 up. It's pretty much going to be the same thing, but you can determine what that price point is for your actual area. Make it based on your area, what those different distinctions are. And then number 4 is going to be the time decay. So kind of like how we talked about before. Are they a year, 6 months, 3 months, or are they ASAP? Okay. So we have these different tags. So when we are emailing, right? Let's say that we are emailing all of our buyers. Well, all of these emails are going to buyers. However, if it's a first-time buyer versus an existing buyer, first time versus existing, they're going to get 2 different emails. Okay. If it's a $200,000 price point versus an $800,000 price point, they're going to get 2 different emails. Okay. So if they are ready to go right now versus ready to go in a year, they're going to get a different email. So I hope you can catch my drift. Basically, there is some overlap, right? There is some overlap because they are all buyers. So all these people want to buy. That's where they are overlapping. Buy, right? Boom, boom, boom. They all want to buy. Then there's going to be some overlap, whether they are a first-time buyer versus an existing buyer. Okay, so when are they trying to buy? What's their experience with buying? Then there may be some overlap on their price point. Okay, you have all these different factors, right? But the goal with this is you do not want people to feel like they are on a just drip campaign. Okay, you do not want people to feel like they are on a drip campaign. And so therefore, that's why we have different emails that go out to different segments. Even though they're all buyers, we have our experienced buyers over here. We have our not so experienced buyers. We have the ones that are ready to go immediately and are experienced. Boom, boom. So they get another email, right? So that's how you want to segment and make sure that you are putting people on campaigns that they are right fit from. That's why we have so many different campaigns within our CRM, and they're all automated based on what that tagging is for that person. In addition to that, when we are talking about implementing campaigns, another thing that we are implementing are going to be retargeting campaigns. So with retargeting campaigns, those are ads. Now, this isn't a requirement, but it definitely helps. Once you've collected someone's name, their email, hopefully their phone number, you can integrate those people into your Facebook Business Manager, and you can run ads to them. So when they get on Facebook, this is a little profile here, your name, they're going to see an ad marketing your business. Okay, that's a retargeting ad. Now, with these ads, it's important to note we're not just doing marketing videos, okay? What we're showing in the ads is we're showing expertise. We are also showing evidence of success, and we are showing education, okay? And then we are marketing our events, okay? The goal is we want this person, remember when I was talking about stop, we want this person to feel like they're seeing us everywhere. They get on Facebook, they receive phone calls from us, they are getting our targeted emails. We are surrounding them. Thus, we are leaving no room, somebody repeat after me, no room for competition. Okay? We're not giving anywhere where someone else can even come in and try to get in on our clients. Okay? When they're ready, they will act. Okay? It's just important for you, though, to make sure that you are having the right campaigns around them. Now, I'm going to switch to another color so I can go to number 3. Number 3 is going to be how you communicate. All right. And this was real short, but we like to do something called dialogue enhancement techniques. Okay? So DET, dialogue enhancement techniques. And it's kind of a fancy way of saying scripts, but these scripts are done in a certain way. All right? The scripts are done in a certain way to really enhance. I'll just write it. Dialogue enhancement techniques, okay? To really enhance that dialogue that you are having with the person. So one or just two main components of the dialogue enhancement techniques are going to be asking questions. Okay, so asking questions and then giving scenarios. So one example of what, everybody knows what asking questions mean, but with this, you want to just make sure you're asking the right questions, okay? The questions that are going to move the needle. But with giving scenarios, there's one that we use in a lot of our scripting, and it's if I could blank, would you blank? Okay, so an example would be, if I could get you better financing terms, would you want to purchase right now? Or if I could get you 5 buyers in the door by this weekend, would you want to put your home on the market? You know, those are different scenarios. A lot of people, what we found is they have to be able to see themselves in that situation, right? And if you can help them see it, like, oh, Chason, I know what you mean, right? Then they may want to make a move or they may want to take action. But all the time, what I found that most of us are doing is just giving information. Well, if you sell right now, then you won't have to worry about interest rates, or you won't have to worry about the market in the future. You know, like you're just telling them, right? But you want to ask them, place those scenarios in the form of a question. And this is that easy script that you can use to do that. All right. Now, number 4, Okay. And I could talk about scripts all day, but number 4 is going to be to track KPIs. Okay, track KPIs. What does KPIs mean? KPIs simply means key performance indicators. All right, and for purposes of this, and I'll make it real simple. Basically, track your numbers. Okay. Now, here's the problem. Here's the problem with most agents. They only track how many leads, and then they go all the way over here and track how many they closed. All right. That's not the right way to do it. All right. We have to track each and every step in here because each and every step moves the needle in some kind of way. So first we start by tracking lead to call. All right. This is going to be in the form of time. All right. So how long is it taking you to get that lead to actually call them, or your assistant or whoever it is? All right. Then we're tracking call to convo. Okay. And we call them meaningful convos. So this is going to be a number. How many leads do you call? How many do you actually have meaningful conversations with? Then we have convo to appointment. All right. This is going to be a number as well. So out of all the people who you have conversations with, how many of them agree to an appointment? From there, we have appointment to sign documents. All right, this is going to be a number, and depending on how you run your business, this one could be time also. So how much time from that appointment, how much time passes before they actually sign documents? If it's the same day, don't even count this. But if it's like 2 days, a week, 3 days, whatever, then be sure to be counting time as well. Then once you have these numbers and these metrics, now you're going to be measuring. Oh, that looks bad. You're going to be measuring. Okay, so you can kind of start to reverse engineer, right? If getting those signed documents, let's say that was the goal, all right? And based on our numbers, I can see that, hey, they start out as a lead. Then, since we're measuring time and we're measuring number of interactions, okay, then we're coupling this with our campaigns and our follow-up, meaning everything we talked about before, the stop, the retargeting, we're measuring everything. Then now you can start to predict how many leads you need and how much time till you have a new listing or a new buyer. And you are doing that based on the historical trends of your business. So what I just went through was how you can turn more leads into appointments. And, if you need help with this, definitely click the link in the description. We can hop on a call and go deeper into it. But I think that if you integrate this into your business, you should see some pretty good results. You just have to be diligent. You have to be on top of it, and you have to take it seriously. Like, run your real estate business like a true business. Thank you for watching. Click that subscribe button, and I will talk to you soon.